Another week, another episode of Survivor to talk about, except this one was kind of boring. I'm biased though, because the post-merge split tribe twist is my least favorite new era addition that's still in the game. But even if this episode wasn't as exciting as the rest of the season's been, it still drastically changed my opinions about some players' chances to win. So let's get ranking.
So I received 1 vote at Tribal Council. I thought, could it be Sai? But I had been to Tribals before with Sai and had never seen that penmanship. And unless she was saving this penmanship for writing my name down.
There was a random vote on Cedrek. I have no idea where that came from. But no, it was me. I needed to get my lick back. I purposely wrote it in cursive so nobody would know it was my handwriting.
That Sai and Cedrek went out back to back in the same episode was satisfying in an ironic sort of way, but I don't think their joint storyline or either of their personal narratives came to rewarding conclusions. Cedrek was bad at everything, felt bad about being bad at everything, then got eliminated before he could either learn to accept his badness or harness it into something better. As for Sai, sometimes when the edit cuts to a close-up of you while Jeff is talking, it's meaningless. But unfortunately for her, in this episode, it was not.
Somebody will be the 7th person voted out of Survivor 48.
I hoped Sai was on a growth arc that'd land her in 7th to 5th place, but her end came much quicker and more anticlimactically than that. She was just another victim of the split tribe twist, sapped of her vote at her last tribal council, and out of people willing to work with her, except Cedrek and maybe Shauhin, who were both on another beach. It was a weirdly quiet way for the season's biggest character to go out, but it's also tough to complain about Sai not getting enough screen time when she already had more confessionals than any pre-merge placing contestant ever.
I do find it funny that people use the word honest and loyalty in this game, and we're playing Survivor. If you play honest, it's just not the game. I don't think honest and loyalty is going to win you $1 million. So sooner or later, we have to break this honest loyalty thing. Who's going to have the resume? We're just all going to be kumbaya walking in there, and the best guy with the best story wins. I don't like that, because guys like Joe, guys like David are beasts, you know, and they got great story.
And there goes any hope I had of Chrissy and Joe forming a late-game Firefighters Are Us alliance. By not becoming the final pre-juror, Chrissy's already lasted longer than I thought she would, but by publicly positioning herself as eventually
but not today.
Anti-honesty on this season, I think she sealed her fate to join the jury within the next few votes. The sudden uptick in screen time isn't a good sign either.
Wait, guys, you know what this means?
What's that?
Sai's not gonna make the jury.
You think she's gonna make it? You think she's the one?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
That Mary was invisible during the episode where both of her remaining Vula tribe mates got voted out was just about the worst thing that could have happened to her, other than getting voted out herself. And now she's also been marked with the dreaded 0 confessional episode, without still retaining main character status like Joe did a few weeks ago. We know Mary has new merge allies.
Everyone we're working with is loyal.
I think so too.
But that the edit hasn't told us anything about them probably means that her relationships aren't important to whatever stories the rest of the season will tell. Mary may still be in the game, but her chances to win it left with Sai.
I understand some people out here are looking and have goals for the jury. I personally have goals beyond the jury. I don't want to decide who's going to get my $1 million. I don't want to make the jury. That's them suckers. I want to make final 3.
That was a winnery enough confessional for me to rank Star above Mary, but I still think her edit in the first few episodes was so bad, there's no way she can actually win.
Thank you, Jeff, for this. This is fun.
You're welcome, David. Thanks for being out here.
Appreciate you.
With Sai eliminated and the merged tribe now named after Milk, David might be the season's new main character, and that's just one of the things that was bad for his winning chances in this episode. He's a face of the Honesty Alliance, but he also entertains eliminating one of its members, Shauhin.
Shauhin, I feel like he's the kind of guy that's going to be going along with the plan until he wants to do his own thing.
Shauhin, keep an eye over your shoulder because that guy will try and cut us when it comes time.
David is manipulated by Kamilla and Kyle, though not as thoroughly as they'd hoped he'd be. But it's still going to escalate if the next time on Survivor is to be even a little bit believed.
This guy is the biggest idiot on this beach.
Also, as impressive as David's immunity challenge win was, if he's tired of physical threats always getting targeted early on during the merge, challenge, then maybe he shouldn't try so hard to show everyone what an insurmountable physical threat he is. Not that you wouldn't already know just by looking at him, but he still shouldn't do this.
Yeah, how's second place look on you?
Whoa, the smack talk is going to another level now. Oh, wow.
You gonna pee yourself on this one, Kyle?
Oh, is Eva talking over there?
Oh, yeah.
So I guess Kyle peed on himself during the first individual immunity challenge. The Kyle Kamilla versus Shauhin showdown that only one side is aware is happening continues. Even though Kyle appears to have the upper hand by being on the side that knows what's going on, his plan to take out Shauhin failed, and the edit told us a few different ways what a mistake that was, including the other group saying that targeting Shauhin would be the smartest move.
If they were smart, they go Shauhin.
When things go well for Kyle and Kamilla, like unlocking the Beware advantage or tricking the California girls, Kamilla gets the most credit in the edit. But when things go badly, like not being able to convince David to turn on Shauhin, the focus shifts to Kyle.
Eva has an idol, and then the morning after Kyle played his, we all went to the water world together. Someone hung back a little bit.
Who?
I think Shauhin.
For now, I think Camilla's sudden lack of screen time could be because Kyle is being set up to lose the battle with Shauhin, and her edit will pick up again after. But if that's not what's happening, then her chances to win are nil. They might already be, honestly. We don't know about Camilla's relationship with anyone but Kyle, and even though she was the reason Charity had been on the bottom since the beginning of the game, we never see Kamilla react to her elimination. If she were the winner, even if the edit is protecting her for now, then wouldn't we at least get her thoughts about her day one plan finally coming to fruition?
Like, I can't sit here and be frustrated. I'm playing a game.
What are you thinking, Joe? Where are you at?
So I gotta put a smile on my face and move forward and pick up wherever I can.
Early on in this episode, Shauhin named Sai, Cedrek, and Mitch as the 3 players on the outs. And after Tribal Council, Mitch was the only one left in the game. But as a result of his bad positioning, he had the biggest breakout episode of the season, and the time to break out is basically over now, so thank goodness. Mitch said all the right things in confessional about moving forward after Charity's elimination. He tried to find new allies, we learned about his backstory, and he kept his cool when Cedrek had
the cheek, the nerve, the gall, the audacity, and the gumption
to ask Mitch to make him laugh.
I need you to make me laugh, Mitch. You're always good for...
Right after the entire tribe, including Cedrek, had just blindsided him.
I'm probably not the one to talk to.
Throughout the rest of the episode, other players constantly talk about all the different ways Mitch is a threat, like for his challenge skills, his sociability, and his story. It makes it hard to imagine Mitch being able to maneuver to the endgame, but it also sets him up with the potential for a winner's edit very similar to Rachel's. Both were on the bottom of their starting tribes with a close ally who was portrayed negatively. They each had no other reliable relationships at the start of the merge, and they were both stars of their split tribe episodes when other players started calling them threats out of nowhere.
Mitch is super talented, I respect him, and he's just a competitor. I watch him, and keeping him around, he can win this thing easily. I mean, that's a guy, because of his social game, his story, and that awesome feat that he has done to perform very well in these challenges. Who wouldn't vote for him, right?
Do I think it's ironic for Joe to target Mitch for having all the qualities he built the Honesty Alliance on? Yes. But I also think that the show introduced this storyline now so that if Joe does eventually contribute to Mitch's demise, the audience will know to expect it, and so it won't feel as hypocritical. Between Joe and David, the 2 co-managers of the Honesty Alliance, I think the edit is positioning Joe to be the one most likely to actually be able to play that way, through things like his lack of participation in the Immunity Challenge smack talk.
You don't want to go up to the top? I haven't moved. This is where I started. I don't know. I think you had to start up there where I was. Nah, let's start right here.
Yeah, come join us, David.
Yeah, mine's higher than yours.
Off to the top, buddy.
You asked.
Last one.
Or how he pushed Eva to keep competing against him, while David encouraged others to give up since he'd obviously beat them. There's also the way Joe barely engages with Sai when she tries strategizing with him because she's not in his alliance.
Should we talk or no?
That's on you.
you want to.
This episode also includes even more footage of Joe talking strategy than last time. He lays out exactly why he wants the vote to go the way that it does. However hacky the reason,
like hell no fury like a woman scorned. Like,
the two people Joe didn't want on the jury didn't make the jury. Not only is that obviously good for his winning chances, but so is the edit showing us that that's what he wanted to happen.
2 immunities on the line and a big reward.
I love competing against you boys. This is fun.
I love it. Eva?
That's right.
Yeah,
Show them
let's
how,
go.
Eva. Show them. Show them women power, baby.
And a fourth person who had previously targeted Eva gets eliminated. Eva had a quiet episode, like Kamilla, but the big difference is that while we checked in with Kamilla just long enough to know that she wanted to eliminate Shauhin, but couldn't, Eva's check-in was just long enough to let us know that she wanted to eliminate Sai and did. At this point in this very male-dominated season, Eva is unfortunately the only woman left who I think has a real chance to win, and it's because she's one of the guys.
I'm kind of in the middle of absolutely everything, and I think any move that needs to be made would have to be made using me. I feel like I am in pretty good control of the tribe, and if I can maintain that control, I will win this game.
I was pretty nervous when that confessional popped up early on, but since Shauhin survived tribal council, I think it's more likely to be a moment that points to why he'll win, instead of one that foreshadows his downfall, especially since the rest of the episode might have been his strongest of the season so far. We saw other players continue to talk about Shauhin being a threat.
He has been the person who scared me most since the beginning of this game.
We also saw others wanting to work with him, even if 2 of them are already gone. Plus, a plan to eliminate Shauhin failed. We heard from him when we didn't need to, like at the top of the rewards segment, and we saw his personality in a memorable moment from the immunity challenge.
It's time. Cue the music.
Oh, waka, CNO maka.
Nice. I got you. Give me a little more of that, Shauhin.
Kinawa wada, inamau saka.
But even though he's my winner pick for the second week in a row, there are still things that confuse me about Shauhin's edit and gameplay, like his choice to keep his chunky ring on for that immunity challenge. A chunkier problem is that both times when Shauhin could have been voted out but wasn't, when Thomas and now Cedrek were eliminated, he wasn't saved because of anything he did, and he still doesn't know that Kamilla and Kyle are after him. Shauhin's edit rides the line between being the winners or being overconfident, but even his cocky moments come with a pinch of redeeming self-doubt.
Kyle, I think that y'all weren't close.
Yeah.
Which, unless y'all are super good actors, which is like respect, I kind of see that. Kyle, Kamilla, and David, I get to put my trust in their hands, and hopefully I'm not a sucker.
Am I the sucker for thinking a partnerless player in a season with so many duos they spill over onto the logo can win? Thanks for watching. In the meantime, if you're so inclined, please like and subscribe, and also turn on notifications to be notified about the next Survivor video. Thanks again, and see you then. Bye.